Welcome to a video I didn't know I was going to film today. I've been filming a video in Seville, about the Europa League and UEFA Cup finals that Celtic and Rangers have played in this city. I'm currently at the home of Seville and they do stadium tours for just €12. Please hit that like button, please subscribe if you're new. I'm going to take you on an impromptu stadium tour around the home of Sevilla. With 14 major honours, Sevilla are Spain's 6th most successful team, behind Valencia, Atletico Madrid, Athletic Bilbao, Barcelona and Real Madrid, who all have got more trophies than them. But Sevilla have an incredible record. They have 6 UEFA Cups / Europa Leagues to their name. The first which they won was in 2006 against Middlesbrough. They were formed in 1890 but didn't move into this stadium until 1958. So they were around a lot longer before they moved in here. I'm sure we're going to learn a lot about the club when we go inside the stadium. I'm really looking forward to this, a little impromptu tour. We've done tours now at Valencia, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid and now Sevilla. Like I say, please hit that like button and please subscribe if you're new for more football content from around the world. Here we go, look, so in 1890, like I told you, when they were formed, a group of young men, half British and Spanish, founded the Seville Football Club. Edward Johnston, Isaiah White and Hugo McCall will be chairman, secretary and captain respectively. I wasn't expecting to see something from the Dundee Courier and Argus in here from 1890. Look at that, first football match in Spain. All the Ayr United fans out there. There's a book of poems from Robert Burns in the Seville Stadium Tour. Who knew this would be here? Who knew this would be here? Certainly not me at this point, but I think in my subconscious I knew that maybe Sevilla, but also a lot of clubs I know that were formed within sort of South America and Europe were formed by Scotsmen. But really interesting to note actually why the Rabbi Burns book is there. They were actually formed, as I'm about to tell you, by a few Scotsmen, were Sevilla, on Burns Night. Burns Night is something that is celebrated every year by Scottish people all around the world, and specifically obviously in Scotland, but when Scots go away they still celebrate it too, I suppose, and they did in 1890 when these Scots who were in Andalusia thought they would form a football team on that specific night. And their first ever captain was a Scotsman. That was Hugh McColl, who I just showed you the name of there within the museum. He was born in Glasgow in 1861 and was educated as a marine engineer. In 1890, he had moved to Seville to work there as a technical manager, doing his job out there, I suppose. He spent 6 years in Spain, and whilst he was out there, he formed what are now one of the biggest teams within Europe, especially when you look at the European trophies that they've won. Impressively enough, yep, they have a Scottish captain, but they also had a Scottish president as well. Edward Farquharson Johnston was born in Elgin, so their first ever president was from Elgin. We've been there. They have the the most northern football league team within Britain. And Isaiah White was a son of an English entrepreneur, and he also helped to organise the first ever game that Sevilla played. So yeah, Sevilla, formed by 2 Scots, one as the president, one as the first captain, and then an Englishman who also helped out with the organisation of that first match. Don't you just love it? I do feel very proud, although I'm not Scottish. Whenever I see something Scottish on the road, I'm like, yes, go on, Scotland. Before modern renovations, I take it this is what the old Sevilla Stadium would look like, and maybe the training ground there as well. As I mentioned earlier, Sevilla are the 6th most successful team in Spain, and they won the league once only, despite all the trophies they have, and that was in 1945 to 1946. And there it is, the league-winning trophy that they must be very proud of. It's a lot smaller than sort of the league trophies that we have today for size comparison. There's my GoPro next to it. Spanish Championship, President of the Republic's Cup. Ready to see what it looks like? Look at that. What a trophy that is from the 1930s. More domestic cups that they've won. Here, Sevilla, as well as this. Look, I think we're getting around to... This is the Spanish Championship Kings Cup from 06-07. Look at that, wow. And this one's huge. What do we have here? Again, the Spanish Championship Kings Cup. Wow. Is that the Copa del Rey? Like, I don't know if the Spanish Cup has just had like different editions down the years. Obviously the FA Cup's just the FA Cup, but I don't know if all these like King Cup, Spanish Cup, Confederation Cups, whatever, are just like Copa del Rey Spanish Cups. Here is a bit more of a modern cup that they've won, the Super Cup, which was won in the 2006-07 season against Real Madrid. And let's have a look at some of the players from that era. Dani Alves, who remembers Dani Alves here? Jesus Navas, Christian Poulsen. Is that Freddie Canute? This really is a cool trophy room. Obviously we've seen all the domestic ones down here. The league trophy and the Spanish Cups and stuff. We're moving up now into like the UEFA titles that they've won. Oof, there are all the Europa Leagues over there and UEFA Cups. And here is, look, the Super Cup that they won in 2006, beating European champions Barcelona in the final in Monaco. Wow, look at that. I love the Super Cup. It's a lovely looking cup, in my opinion. I'd always find it so incredible how their period of dominance in Europe's secondary competition, the Europa League now, what was the UEFA Cup, was started against Middlesbrough. They won their first one against Borough in Eindhoven in 2006. Look at that. And here we go. You will not see this many UEFA Cups / Europa Leagues in any single room in the world. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Absolutely insane. They won it 2006, we just said, against Borough. 2007. Took them a little bit of time to win the next one. 2014, 2015 against Kia FC Dnipro. Okay, yeah, against Dnipro in Warsaw. And then we won't talk about this one too much in 2016, but it is mad that they won 3 in a row, 14, 15 and 16, and then 2020. I think this was the COVID one, was it not, in Germany, in Cologne against Inter Milan, but just absolutely insane that this club have that level of history in Europe now, and it all started in 2006. Wow, and look at these things, what are these? Seriously, what is that? I'll do the GoPro comparison again. Look at it, compared to this thing, it keeps on going. What even is this? Whoa. This is one of the best trophy rooms I've ever been in. Look at this. I've seen a lot of these big grand trophies in like stadium tours around. Look, that's a friendly tournament. Look at these huge trophies they used to have for friendly tournaments. I've seen these in like Benfica's stadium before and Sporting. They seem to have these in Europe, especially like in the Iberian world, Spain and Portugal. These massive trophies. Look at these, it just continues. Look at this. Quite amazing, isn't it, really, that this whole trophy room, all these amazing trophies that I've just shown you, and they started off as a football club in the late 1800s, thanks to British people. The Scots really did take football around the world, and that is why we have 6 Europa Leagues over here. This is the man whose name I cannot pronounce, but who is the reason why the stadium is called what it is. He was the president of this club, and he is Mr. Ramon Sanchez-Pizjuan, and that is why the stadium is named after him. And actually, when you're in here, it doesn't seem as big on the inside as it does on the outside. Obviously, it's like, what did I say it was? 41,000, 42,000, something like that. And when you're in here, it's big, obviously, and I bet there's a good atmosphere, but it doesn't feel massive, as you may be able to tell. It's a lovely looking stadium from the inside, beautifully painted red, with the Sevilla FC up there and the badges either side behind the goals, but it doesn't feel huge. But it's a lovely stadium anyway, and it is of course where the Europa League final was, and I've just released a video about the Rangers and Celtic elements and their history here in Seville. smell of deep heat is really in the air in here. I mean, it's quite spacious. Changing room that they have here. Sevilla's home team. And look, who do they have in the squad currently? Dolberg, Eric Lamela is here. Who knew? Alex Tellez. A few former sort of Premier League cult players, I suppose you could say. Isco is here. Jesus Navas, speaking about former Premier League guys as well. Januzaj as well. Rakitic. Suso. Liverpool legend. I wouldn't really go that far. But there's a former Liverpool player there. Just been pitchside there. I'll say it again. I've said it maybe once or twice in this video, and the Rangers slash Celtic one as well. It doesn't seem massive. Although this is a huge club, when you're out on the pitch there, it doesn't seem like a huge stadium. Obviously it doesn't have a roof enclosing it, but it is a beautiful stadium. I really like it. I love the red seats, the painted seats. I think it's really stunning. And for €12, it's a fantastic bargain, this tour. But look, here we go. Now a self-guided tour as well. You cannot beat a self-guided tour. I know I always say it, especially for a YouTuber. It's brilliant. You can just go around at your own pace. But yeah, would highly recommend the stadium tour. Let's go have a look in the shop. Like all good stadium tours, they finish you off in the shop to make sure that you're there and ready to buy your Sevilla kits. Maybe if it wasn't Castor, we'd possibly think about it. Oh, it's a nice city, Seville. It's got good vibes. Look, people just out enjoying themselves, obviously, at night, just having their dinner. Middle of November right now. It's about 20 degrees. I think it's more like 24 today. So, the old shorts are on again. Here we go. Welcome to UNESCO World Heritage Site. Seville Cathedral, or Cathedral of St. Mary of the Sea. Better known as Seville Cathedral, like I say, Sevilla Cathedral. They broke ground on it in 1401 and didn't finish it till 1528. It took them like 150 odd years to actually build this place. It is phenomenal, and Sevilla is such a lovely city. I'm loving it here. I've been to Barcelona and Madrid before, and it feels a little bit dangerous at times. You feel a bit sketchy when you're there. But then again, I've been to Valencia and it's lovely, and I've been to Sevilla and it's absolutely lovely. In the south of Spain here, the weather's amazing, and you get amazing architecture like this, and them lovely little streets down that way, some people eating in the restaurants and stuff. I think I'm going to end this video here. A huge thank you for watching. I don't know how it's going to come together. I've had a really long day filming 2 videos here, so if you could subscribe if you're not already, it would really help me out, and please do hit that like button as well. Thank you very much for watching from this incredible cathedral here. Adios.